Good morning, everyone. I'm Delisha Hodo, and we're back with part two of our Historically Black in Cyber Past, Present, and Future live stream. And for this episode, I am joined by our HBCU family, Lisa Peterson and Alexandra Bishop. Unfortunately, Darold from Black Cybersecurity Association is not here with us at the moment. However, when he does jump in, we'll of course add him to this live stream. But for right now, what we'll do is in this episode, we're going to discuss what SANS has done leading up to this big moment of us having a Black History Month edition cyber range for HBCUs to where we hope to go in the future. And with that, before we get started, I'd like to first introduce myself again, followed by Lisa and then Alexandra. So again, I'm back. I'm Delisha Hodo. I serve as the undergraduate student advisor for SANS.edu, as well as the HBCU engagement and outreach coordinator for SANS.org and our HBCU committee. And with that, I'm going to let Lisa take us over and introduce herself.
Good morning. I'm Lisa Peterson. I'm the curriculum director for the Blue Team Operations curriculum at SANS, and excited to be here with y'all today.
Thank you, Alexandra.
Hi, my name is Alexandra Bishop. I am the accounts payable manager, but I'm also on the HBCU team, and I'm so happy to be joining you both today.
Yes. Thank you both so much. I'm super excited to have you both here, just so everyone can get to see the dream team behind all the work that we've been working to do and hope to accomplish throughout the rest of this year, 2021. So again, just to kick off today's episode, I did want to discuss what got us here, to discuss the present. So why is it that SANS decided to up and create a HBCU CTF? Just in case you missed it, we did have Dennis Gandret for the part one, and I encourage you all to check out part one, just to kind of learn about the past of SANS leading up to this moment. And then I hope that you are joining us today to learn about, again, the present and how did we got to this point. So just to give you all a little background, back in November, we actually launched and set up our first HBCU Fall Classic Cyber Range. And the purpose of that cyber range was to, of course, kind of get our feet wet and introduce HBCUs and HBCU students to this cyber range capture the flag event, as well as to give people an idea of who SANS was, because I'm pretty sure outside of the realm of cybersecurity, a lot of people are like, wait, what is SANS? Why is it SANS? Like, I've never heard of it before. So we wanted to make sure that we came in genuinely and said, hey, we're here. This is what we've been doing, but we want you to know that this is what we're going to be doing specifically for HBCUs. And just in case we have some of those of you tuning in who aren't sure what HBCU is, HBCU is historically Black college and universities. And these institutions have a huge historical context that is important to the fabric of our nation. And with that, for this month, we decided, hey, the November CTF was pretty good, but I think we can do better. And we want to continue to make it known that SANS is here to stay. And as we said in part one, we're not here just because it's trending to give and throw money out. We don't just want to throw money out to HBCUs and to different causes. We want to actually be true allies and long-term partners in building up and uplifting and giving Black and brown students an opportunity and an avenue into cybersecurity, because at the end of the day, you deserve to be in cybersecurity and you should be in cybersecurity. And we're going to make sure that we get you into cybersecurity by being that bridge to diversifying the field. And again, with that, this month we said, hey, it's Black History Month. Why not do something huge, something bigger, something better, and have a HBCU cyber range for the month? And to make sure that we are spreading the word about the opportunity to build your skills in cyber. So for those of you who aren't sure what a capture the flag event is, Lisa, I don't want to put you on the spot, but just put you a little bit on the spot. I think you can help explain this a little bit better than I would. But do you mind letting people know what a capture the flag is?
So a capture the flag is a competition where the cybersecurity competition where people can search for clues and answer questions with hints and stuff they can learn as they're going along, and be able to learn and grow in what they're doing, but also compete with others as they answer the questions and find hints and solve the challenges.
Thank you, Lisa. I appreciate that. So yes, capture the flag is essentially an opportunity to be interactive and to have fun and to just to compete. Grab challenges, grab flags, and those flags are points. And it also allows you to build your skill in cybersecurity with no strings attached and no real qualms about it. And the purpose of this Black History Month CTF is to continue to build on the excitement of what we have planned for students at HBCUs and the opportunities that we have here at SANS. So just to give you an idea, part one is us having capture the flag events with the ultimate goal of in the fall having a huge battle of the band type isk challenge tournament of champions where we get multiple students to team up as the team into teams for the HBCUs and compete. So that way we can truly know which HBCU is not only the best, but are truly representing being historically Black in cyber. And with that, I'm going to kind of take a pause and I'm going to first kind of go back and ask Lisa, how does it feel to be a part of these efforts to diversify cyber with SANS, especially being a part of the HBCU committee?
Thanks, Delisha. I was honored to be asked to be part of the SANS HBCU committee. Diversity is really important to me, and I'm excited to be able to help facilitate that. There's so many advantages to having a more diverse workforce, both professionally and personally outside of work. There's so many benefits when you bring people from different backgrounds and different cultures. They have different experiences and ideas. It really opens new horizons and allows a lot of possibilities. So for me to be able to help support that growth, everybody benefits when we have that. And to be able to support that is really important to me, both professionally and personally.
Thank you, Lisa and Alexandra.
I don't know. It's such a big question in a way because there's a million different answers you could give that I think would all be absolutely valid. I think for me, first of all, of course, it's an honor to work with this team of people. Some of you I've worked with in other capacities, some not. I think the team is really amazing, first of all. And so I'm very grateful for that. And it's just great to see people coming together for a cause that you may not think that it would benefit them, and so it's really great to have people just coming together and seeing this as something that's really important to do. And then from my own perspective on a personal and professional basis, as a Black person, of course I know how it feels to just be in spaces where you feel like you don't belong, or you feel like people are trying to make you feel like you don't belong there. And of course I want to do anything that I can to just create more spaces that are welcoming to Black people and other people of color, that emphasize diversity and equity and just give people a chance to reach their full potential.
Thank you. And you make a great point. Because again, at the end of the day, I think it's really important for us to help each other move past having imposter syndrome and feeling like you don't belong, especially in a field as grand and as diverse as cyber is, as far as the different routes you can take. Because I think a lot of people assume that cyber is just solely hacking, but there's so much that you could literally do in the field of cyber. Like just in my time being with SANS and just researching myself and immersing myself in the field, I've learned that there's lawyers who work in cyber. Like there's individuals who are in the financial sector who work in cyber. Like just to give a quick plug from part one, Dennis came from finance and got into cyber, but always had a love for technology. So I think it's just breaking that stigma and letting people understand that cybersecurity can be for you. Technology can be for you. If you have an iPhone or an iPad or a Samsung, and you're pretty good at troubleshooting, kind of going beyond just the cut it off, cut it back on, which is always what tech support always tells us. Oh, just cut it off and cut it back on. But being able to go beyond that and figure things out, I think is something that a lot of people don't realize, that can lead them into the path of technology and cybersecurity. And I think it's also awesome for us as three women to be talking about cybersecurity in the industry that's so dominated by males. so so I'm just really appreciative, and I just want to know, what does it mean to you, as women, as beautiful women, to be working in a field such as cyber, although it's not in the traditional sense that people may think, but you're contributing to cybersecurity in a way that I feel is very important. How does it feel, for you two to be a part of that?
I'm honored to be part of it. It is very male dominated, but it's nice to be able to be given the opportunities I have. SANS is very diverse and very open to that. So having that promotion and that support has meant a lot to me. I'm a parent of a daughter. I've got 4 kids, but I do have a daughter, and to be able to show her that it's possible to reach into new areas and move forward in ways that you didn't expect were possible is very nice. I like that she sees those opportunities that are out there, and it's important for all of us to show that, to as we diversify and bring new people, whether it's females or people of color, whether it's whatever diverse backgrounds people are from, to open that up and bring that culture and the experiences into the workplace and into our personal lives is a really wonderful thing.
Thank you, Lisa.
Yeah, Lisa, I think you brought up several good points that struck a chord with me for sure. I mean, of course, as a woman, and actually, I have to say that I think in all my jobs, I've worked in male-dominated fields. So a lot of times, I may have been the only woman in the office. And so now it's actually the opposite of that. Our team is almost all women, so that's very much a change for me. And I think that it's been great to be amongst other women in a field that is male dominated, because I definitely feel heard. People are listening when someone on our team specifically speaks up. Everybody wants to hear what she has to say or he has to say. I mean, we do have men on our team, but it is mostly female, and that's been great for me. I think it's been a real just boost to kind of see how women are out here doing all these great things that you may not be aware of. And so I think that's been really awesome for me specifically. Also, I have a daughter as well. It feels really good to be able to show her, being involved with meaningful work, and how some idea that you have can really make a change for a lot of different people. And she's actually working with she's an ambassador for Black Girls Code. And so one of the things that even kind of gave me the idea to look for that was being at SANS. And even though that's coding, they are venturing into cybersecurity as well. I've seen a lot of programming for them in cybersecurity, and I may not have even looked for that if I wasn't working at SANS. So, I think that has opened up a new world of possibilities for her as well. So I think it's not only great for us, but we can pass it down to future generations as well.
Right, and I totally agree. I actually come from the nonprofit space, where that tends to sometimes be more women dominated, and then coming into cyber where it's more male dominated. I've just been so proud to see in the past few months how many women are cracking and breaking into cyber. Like, no, you're not going to put us in these glass ceilings. We're going to break through these ceilings and create our own table. So I think it's just been awesome being a part of it and then helping be an ally with SANS and creating more spaces for Black women and for women in general to have their voices heard in a field that is always growing and is going to be here for a very long time. And just speaking actually to some awesome women and men who are breaking into cyber. We have a BIPOC and Cloud Summit that is coming up on February 18th. And we would love for you all to join us. This conference is probably one of the most diverse conferences you may ever encounter, other than BIC's conference, which was great last week. So congratulations to Blacks in Cybersecurity. They had an awesome winter conference this past Friday and Saturday. But other than them, our BIPOC and Cloud Security Forum is going to be really great, and we hope that you all join us and be a part of that, and just to hear the voices of Black women and Black men and other people of color who are kicking butt in cloud security. So I'm really excited for that. And for those who want to learn more about other things that we're doing in this space of diversity and inclusion, please check out us at sans.org/about/diversity. That's going to be your key page to find out about our HBCU CTFs, our BIPOC and Cloud conferences, other conferences that we plan on having tailored around diversity, as well as our Diversity Cyber Academy. Those applications are actually open right now. And we already have a good number of applicants, but we want more and welcome more. This is 100% scholarship based. So if you are looking to break into cyber and enter the field, this is a great opportunity to earn SANS GX certs for free and to catapult yourself into cybersecurity with no issues at all. And you'll get a great support system around in this academy as well. So I definitely wanted to shout out and tip my hat to the cyber talent team at SANS. They're a great group of individuals, and I'm truly appreciative of them. And they are spearheading this Diversity Cyber Academy, as well as the several other academies that we'll have coming up as well. So definitely wanted to ping that. And before wrapping up, I did want to ask both Lisa and Alexandra, what recommendations do you have for those wanting to get into cyber, or those who want to support the efforts of diversifying the field? So people who want to be allies.
I think partly just getting started. Don't wait for, the perfect opportunity or the perfect time in your life. If I took a class that I know I was trying to position when is the right time for me to take it, and I finally just took it at what I thought was the right time. It didn't turn out to be the right time at all, but it just having it on my schedule, and I had to move forward, and that was the best way to do it. So jump in, find ways to be active, find ways to start moving forward on stuff. And sometimes the first step is all you need to get moving and have that momentum behind you.
Yes, so I would definitely agree with Lisa to just get started. That's always the hardest thing. I think in addition to that, I would say that I think that Dennis kind of mentioned this on one of our meetings too. If you want to be an ally, see what you can do in your own space. So, whether that's trying to attract more people of color to, maybe where you work, or trying to maybe encourage your company to have something set up where they are trying to attract more diverse talent, but also, if you have an opportunity to give an internship or something, maybe seek out an HBCU student rather than, making it kind of a general thing. So I think just, my attitude with any changes that we can make to make this world more friendly to people of color is to each person has a lane that they're in, and you can always do something in your lane to help. So that would be my advice.
That's great advice. Staying in your lane and utilizing the lane that you're in to impact others. You don't always have to hop in another person's lane. You can always stay in your lane and still make an impact. So that's what I take away from what you said. That's great.
Yes.
I mean, thank you as well, Lisa, for what you're saying as well. Um, on the first episode, I talked about the importance of networking by attending different conferences like our BIPOC and Cloud Summit. But also, I really want people to understand that you should not allow imposter syndrome to hold you back from your potential. Because I'm here to say it, and I'm going to say it a million times. You belong in cybersecurity. We want you in cybersecurity, and we need you in cybersecurity. So don't be afraid or to say, hey, for example, with our HBCU Cyber Range on February 19th through 22nd, take that as a moment to practice your skills, to kind of step out there, get your foot wet, and don't allow the challenges to get you down. So what? You're not able to crack that first challenge. Keep trying, keep going. You got 4 days to keep cracking at that challenge until you get it. And the same thing can be applied for life. So what? You don't get that first job. That's just a sign that it wasn't meant for you. So keep going. Don't take it as a part of yourself and say, oh, it must be something wrong with me. There's nothing wrong with you. You're perfectly imperfect. So again, I say, take imposter syndrome, throw it in a barrel, light it on fire, and let it burn. Walk away and say, hey, I deserve to be in cyber. I belong in cyber, and they need me in cyber. So I just want you all to take that away with you and to remember that. And before we go and before I wrap up, I did want to say, unfortunately, Darold could not join us today. However, I did want to just plug in his organization, Black Cybersecurity Association. If you're looking for a community, I would definitely recommend checking them out, joining them, as well as other organizations like Blacks in Cybersecurity, like Women in Cybersecurity, like Women Cyber Jiu-Jitsu, like Minorities in Cybersecurity, like Empower Her, and Tia Hopkins. She's dope. There's so many organizations. Black Girls Hack. There's a million different organizations that you can join and find your community. And that's what I'm going to challenge and task you all with. Find your community, join all of them. They don't really care. You can hop across against all of them and get all the different tools and items that you need to grow as an individual and as a professional. But most importantly, don't give up. And with that, thank you so much for joining me, Lisa, Alexandra. This was great. I was glad that you all were able to meet some great background faces of the HBCU committee. And for those HBCUs out there, whether you're a faculty member, the dean, or in leadership, we look forward to hearing from you. We look forward to you reaching back out to us when we reach out to you, because at the end of the day, we want to create long-term partnerships and we're serious about it. So, did you all want to say any final words before I wrap up with letting everyone know that, again, February 18th, BIPOC and Cloud Summit, you all are welcome to join. It is free. All of our summits this year are free. So there's no excuse not to network for free. And then February 19th through 22nd is our 4-day HBCU Cyber Range event, Black History Month edition. And did I mention we have prizes? So come compete, have fun, build your cyber skills. And as I said before, thank you so much for joining us. And I hope you stay historically Black in cyber. Thank you.
Thank you.